Hi everybody, I'm Michael, and I am kind of getting stuck on this puzzle, mainly because the game says I can talk to Chauncey. He's not saying anything.
Water.
Yep.
Water.
Without the ability to talk to Chauncey, I think I might be stuck. I think I'm just dead stuck. Because I can't progress on the other puzzle.
Yes, I am listening. I'm all yours.
That's kind of creepy. Okay, I can't progress with the other puzzle. The one where I put that water bucket into, well, the big jar of water. So we need Chauncey to talk to us about pipes. I mean, pliers. We need to get pliers. Perhaps it's the case that I need to be holding this pike while talking to Chauncey first. Could that be it?
Excuse me, would there be a clamp hereabouts?
Hold on. It just so happens that my cousin, one of the royal plumbers, came here yesterday to take care of Lady Leomunda's pipes, and he forgot one.
Lady Leomunda's pipes?
I meant to say the plumbing of the bathtub in Lady Leomunda's room, sir.
I didn't notice a bathtub.
What's wrong with the bathtub?
It no longer drains, sir. Normally the water drains in no time once the stopper is removed. In fact, with the force of the water, there are occasionally a few pink bubbles or even some hair that rise into the kitchen sink.
That's gross. That's really gross. Who wants to be playing around with her hair?
Do you know when your cousin will return?
He said it will take 2 days in order to insert a custom-built auger to unclog the pipe, sir. My lady's maid told him that she saw my lord coming out of the empty bathtub. He would only have left 1 or 2 long hairs, if any.
Unless it was something else. Thank you, Chauncey.
My pleasure, sir.
Okay, so, now we have the pliers. That's basically the gist of the situation, and the other thing we'll come back to in a moment. Use the pliers here for a twisted pike. Use the twisted pike here to get the doll. Okay, I'm really
Here's
glad
what
I
I've been looking
solved.
for. Perfect. Now on to the next step.
I'm really glad we solved the puzzle of how to talk to Chauncey, because he would not talk to us. Okay, so now we get the empty bucket. We're obviously going to fill it with water from the bathtub. And it sounds like we're going to be pulling some disgusting long hairs out of it. Gross. No, or I'm just going to drain the entire thing.
There is something here. There is something here.
What is it, dude? Huh. Don't know. Don't know. Do I need to talk to you about anything, milady?
Yes, I am listening. I'm all yours.
Nope. Okay. It would be silly if Sherlock just takes that giant bucket of water and dumps it upside down on her head. Yeah, that would have been a silly puzzle solution. Alrighty, I imagine we're going to have to dispose of it in the kitchen. He seemed to indicate that the kitchen sink was connected to the one in her room. I guess. Or I'm just going to dump it
All
here.
of Lady Leomunda's bathwater is still in this barrel.
Why did I need to...
It is far too heavy. I cannot lift it.
Why did I need to transfer it to the barrel, though? What even is the purpose of moving her bathwater here? And it looks like Holmes wants to move it now. You'll need to lift the barrel into the basin to empty it, which flushes it through the pipe. Okay, there's something clogged in the drain. However, Holmes cannot lift it alone. He'll have to get the help of someone nearby. Please tell me it's the guards and not the Prime Minister. No, but the guards can't leave their stations.
Listen, can you help me shift a barrel?
At your service, sir.
Oh, okay, cool. I guess they can. So by dumping water into the pipe from the other end, we should unclog it.
Elementary.
Excellent. Excellent. Good thinking, Sherlock. I guess that makes sense. However, that must be a long pipe if it goes all the way from, you know, over here. Yeah, very, very far. Okay, so I'm gonna hope that it is a doll here. And now let's just put all the dolls back, right? That's going to be this puzzle. Is there a place for me to use these dolls? I haven't the slightest. What do I do now? Do I just talk to her? Deirdre isn't even there. I can't talk to her. That's not the thing. I need to present the dolls. I guess that makes sense. Talk to her and then she'll be happy with the dolls.
Why, these are my dolls.
Indeed, my lady, here they are. 2 are somewhat damp, but they are all completely intact. In the future, for their own safety, put them up high or lock them up. You should also consider rehiring your servants, as they weren't to blame for the dolls.
Thank you, sir. You are a savior. How can I ever repay you?
There is a way. You can use your influence with Her Majesty to ensure an audience for myself as soon as possible. Here's my card.
Certainly, sir. I will go straight away to beg her pardon, and I propose that you return this evening. That will give me enough time to improve her mood and deign to receive you.
Many thanks, my lady.
Okay, later.
Surely you aren't telling me that you had to rummage through a waste bin in order to find the leftovers from an infernal...
My lord, my dear Watson, within these walls you must say my lord.
I wonder if you aren't mocking me, Holmes. I find it hard to believe that Her Majesty enjoys living in an environment so queer.
What do you know of our monarch, Watson? What do we really know?
Mr. Holmes, the Prime Minister is in the White Room on your right, at the end of the hall. His orders were that you should be shown in immediately.
I understand that we know a good deal about Queen Victoria. Yeah, she has a very well-documented life.
The rug was wet in a number of spots. I don't recall having wet it while emptying the bath.
Who made a wet mess? Please tell me the dog didn't pee everywhere. That would be gross.
Good evening, gentlemen. Well done yet again, Holmes. The reconciliation between Her Majesty and Lady Leomunda has had a wonderful effect, and we should be received momentarily.
Is Her Majesty safe?
She is in her chamber, and the palace as well as the gardens are crawling with guards. Did you notice all of the checkpoints on the way here? An army couldn't get to her.
Well, that's good. I'm glad she's protected.
You'll have to excuse me for a moment.
Where are you going, Holmes?
Has something come up, Holmes?
That's what I want to know.
Can you assist me, my good man?
Does his lordship wish to inspect another refuse bin?
Okay, you were the one that was helped by me digging through the garbage, so, you can put that uppity attitude in the garbage.
Why is the carpet in the hall wet?
On account of a gift that Her Majesty received from Lady Leomunda, it was soaked and water was dripping from it for the duration of its carriage.
What did it consist of?
I haven't the least idea. The object was wrapped.
No, I guess that means we'll have to talk to her.
Thank you, Chauncey.
Okay.
Her Majesty and yourself are finally reconciled?
Ah, yes, and all thanks to you. I explained to her that you desired an audience, and she has granted your request. She will receive you and the Prime Minister, but she will not tarry by calling for Chauncey to fetch you.
Okay, then how is she going to call us?
Forgive me, my lady, but I just learned that you offered a gift to Her Majesty.
Yes, I wanted to present Her Majesty with a gift to thank her for the dollhouse. But what a tragedy. It mustn't work any longer. Those nitwit workers dropped it in the moat and had the dickens of a time getting it out. They were so endearing that I couldn't be angry. And it's true that it's quite heavy.
What is the gift?
If you would tell me, my lady, what is the nature of the gift that you presented to Her Majesty?
Well, it's a very rare piece, but I have to admit I don't know much about it. I enjoy frequenting the shops, and a very lovely antiquarian approached me and drew my attention to this masterpiece, as he called it. Oh, he knew what he was talking about, and his manners were so...
But the masterpiece, what was it exactly, my lady?
Well, as Her Majesty's watch was broken, I wanted to give her something to tell the time. Thus, I bought her this clock which she gladly took to her chamber. You know, a French grandfather clock. Pomtoise, or was it comptoise? The antique dealer said it was made by one of the originators of the genre, the Paillet brothers.
Wait, my lady, that name suggests something to me. Could it be...
Oh, jeez. Oh, no. What if it's Lupin? I mean, come on. A French clock when we're dealing with a French villain.
No, that doesn't mean anything to me, Mr. Holmes.
I'll try again. Just Lupin.
No, that doesn't mean anything to me, Mr. Holmes.
I haven't the slightest idea what she's thinking of now. Let's check our inventory. The answer was found in the back of a paper in a boarding house near... Okay, let's look at our... Mayette? Could that be it?
Mayette?
Yes, that's it. How did you know?
Watson, Prime Minister, quick, sound the alarm. Lupin is in the Queen's chamber.
I love how I hear an alarm while that happens. Okay, we're gonna save the Queen. Queen Victoria. There she is, looking... well...
What made me accept this infernal contraption? Tomorrow I will have it carved into kindling for the fire.
If Her Majesty will permit, I would rather avoid risking death yet again in what Her Majesty calls this infernal contraption. I was able to hold my breath long enough to avoid drowning, but that wouldn't help me against...
The hangman?
Your Majesty understands well. My fate is entirely in your hands, like so many others. My intentions are not hostile. In fact, they are quite the contrary.
They are what, then?
Many times I have found myself in a similar situation, and the words came naturally, because they flow from my spirit, which has fain been called poetic, lyric, and imaginative. Words. Nothing but words and rhetoric, often to an end above reproach. I stand before you, after having risked my life and still risking it in what I had until now only considered a game. The words won't come to me because the game is over. The words that I should say to you won't come because they are buried deep. These fragile words that are frightened of emerging, these words that come from the heart. The words that I know I owe you, Your Majesty, my Queen, my love.
Believe me, madame,
Love?
if I was to steal something, it would only be a kiss.
No.
You won't be stealing anything. I will give you a kiss willingly.
No, no. What? No, no, no. Oh, God, what is this game?
Open up, Your Majesty!
Okay.
Is all well,
I think it's
Your
over.
Grace?
Break down the door!
Your subjects are there. And so ends my gallant game, and with them, my life. But these precious seconds are a lifetime. Show them, Arsene, how a French gentleman in love behaves.
And continue to amuse yourself.
What? I don't...
Your Majesty, are you going to...
Hush up, you impudent plodders. Who do you think you are to speak in my presence without having been asked? Look at you, a bunch of incompetents, covered in titles and stripes. You are supposed to guarantee my safety and that of England. which amounts to the same thing. In the end, I had to defend the place myself.
But, Your Majesty!
Suffice. Even the most compassionate of monarchs cannot be permitted to excuse the vermin. Chauncey, have the royal luggage prepared. We will withdraw to Windsor presently. Leomunda, you will accompany me. And you, silence this bell before I have an overwhelming urge to decapitate it.
You and I, Lupin.
Okay, so Holmes is now in this room where Lupin is hiding, and luckily I just saw where Lupin's hiding. He's in this bloody closet. Okay, so, here we go. Big confrontation time. Is this the end?
Closed.
Oh, come on.
Damp footprints. Lupin passed through this wall. A secret passage, no doubt. He can't have much of a lead. Now to find the opening.
Opening's right here. Luckily we just saw it. So Lupin's plan was to seduce the Queen of England.
Elementary. This is how Lupin vanished.
Wasn't she married, Queen Victoria? I don't quite remember what time period this game takes place. But yeah, she had like
Here
over
I am
10
in the cell
children
of Buckingham
with her
Palace.
husband.
All of these odds and ends must represent what remains of the sumptuous gifts given to the crown throughout centuries.
Yeah, she was one of those monarchs who has a bunch of children. Sometimes monarchs do that. It really helps avoid like squabbling over who gets to be the reigning monarch afterwards. You know, if you've got 2 kids, they might get into a fight over, okay, which one gets to be king/queen after you're dead. But if you've got 20 kids, well, if you've got like 6 kids, then it's not really much of a fight. Then
This organ is dilapidated, but the steel tubes are made of a resistant metal. None were damaged in the fall, and they haven't oxidized over time.
okay.
Nothing special here.
We're just looking all over everything now that we're in just a hidden passageway.
The ground here is slightly sloped.
Why did the Queen... I mean, you saw what Arsene Lupin said. Nothing there was slightly romantic.
The wood of this statue is intact. It must be quite heavy, but it's possible to lift it slightly.
Her Majesty is very easily tricked into falling in love, I would say.
The ground here is slightly sloped.
Oh, footprints came in through there.
The ground here is slightly sloped.
Thank you. And
The ground here is slightly sloped.
I don't think that's what I was trying to look at here. This ground. Footprints.
Traces of moisture. Lupin passed here.
What is this statue of, anyway? I don't know what any of those things are. Huh? Here's something.
Nothing special here.
You just looked at it, though.
Nothing special here.
Okay, never mind.
Lupin must have hooked the lock, but it closed behind him. This grill isn't in good condition. Will it yield through force?
The grill is quite open, and it doesn't appear to be difficult to move at all.
The wood of this statue is intact. It must be quite heavy, but it's possible to lift it slightly.
Well, luckily, the floor is sloped. So, right. Oh, I guess I could use a pipe.
This organ is dilapidated, but the steel tubes are made of a resistant metal. None were damaged in the fall, and they haven't oxidized over time.
Okay, I have to imagine we're using the tubes here.
The wood of this statue is intact.
I mean, that might not be it. Maybe I'm using
Lupin
it here
must have hooked the lock,
on the
but
grill.
it closed behind him. This grill isn't in good condition. Will it yield through force?
But can I just walk right through into this next room? There's clearly nothing blocking my way. Let's see. Oh, the game is pretending that this is in fact blocking my way impenetrably. Okay. Let's see where we are. We're still in, like, 8 after 10. After the theft. The theft of what? Her Majesty's affections? Okay. Ooh, the final theft is going to be in the Tower of London. Ooh, we're getting close to the end of the game. Okay, so, where was I? Okay, I'm here. How can I follow Lupin down to the cellar? That was rather simple. We saw him escape. Yes, that is. Okay. So how do I get through the gift room? You'll need to break it down. Okay, the tools are all in this room. We need 2 sets of pipes. That's it. We need both sets of pipes. Well, I had the correct solution. I just didn't get both sets of pipes, which I imagine I have to use on this
The wood
elephant.
of the statue is intact.
Use on each other, right? Okay, and then we'll chase after Lupin in the next video. Come on, Sherlock, you can do this. You have to click in a very specific spot. Thank you, game. Thank you.
You and I, Lupin.
To open the
It's done
door,
now,
which was
but
already
Lupin knows
open.
that someone is after him now.
Yay!